For the Speed Racer movie in 2008, Hot Wheels had this Fuji Helexicon track set. They had several sets. They also had cars on the side. Here you have Speed Racer. There was a bunch of cars like this. Johnny Lightning, they had their Speed Racer offering as well. Jada, yep, them too. There was a lot of Speed Racer stuff back in that time. This video, we're going to take a look at the Fuji Helexicon track set from Hot Wheels. Here's a look at one of the single packs. This is the Mach 5, came with jump jacks, had chrome 5-dot wheels. Now, the Mach 6, it was also available in the singles. There's the Mach 6. It's a clean version. Well, this track set had a special exclusive Wild Water Mach 6. Yeah, this version right here with the blue accents, and it's got clear blue wheels, was only available in this track set. Mattel did a great job with an exciting action shot of the track set on the box. It says it has over a 2.3 foot drop. 2.3 feet, that's barely up to my knees, but maybe it's taller for you smaller folk. Anyways, there's the drop right there. Got a couple young fellows looking at it. And here's the action. Drop in, hit the loop, avoid collision, and win the race. Here's a look at the back of the box. By the way, it's copyright 2007 on the box. That's because they copyrighted the year before it is released. Same thing with all products. Almost always is it copyrighted the year before, sometimes even 2 years. Nice side view of the track. You got your drop, come in. Each model has their own lane. It's got their own loop. And check it out. There's a little crash intersection right there. They're going to come, they're going to fly out of the loop. And then they have this landing pad to where they come into a single lane. Let's take a look at that. You guys can read that, right? I'm just going to scan the bottom. Oh yeah, that was also a great one. Speed Racer Sky Jump. I got that. You're going to have to wait till that'll be another video. And there's another look. Might be the same image that they showed on the back of the single that I just showed you. Well, let's have a look. The glue's coming apart just a little bit, but it's still sealed. Pop it open. I like the color of the track. By the way, I had this before because I already have that special car loose. But I left it out, it's all dusty. I don't want to do a review with a used dusty set. I like to do unboxings with and reviews with the stuff straight out of the box. This way you know exactly what came in the set, how it looked, how it was kind of packed. There you go, one more piece down here. And here's that cool landing pad. The Hot Wheels clamp is pretty much like a standard Hot Wheels clamp, but you can see it has a special attachment for you to pop on the starting gate. You have to have this clamp, because if you use this clamp, you're not going to be able to put the start gate on any old regular clamp. You need this one. The instructions show to add tape to brace your base. You guys know I like to use weights. This way I don't have any sticky residue anywhere. If you look closely, the track hangs in the air. It's not even touching the table. So I have replicated the same setup. It's a 2-lane track. What's the purpose of a 2-lane track unless you're going to have a competition? So I went ahead and got out some of my old Speed Racer models. Since the cars are going to be coming down the track pretty fast, let's take a good look at them now. Here is the exclusive model that was in the set. You have the Mach 6. Love the blue accents. And he was a common car in the singles, but he was all white. This is a special decoration just for this set. Of course, you got to get the Mach 5. That's a signature car. Back, I think it started in the 60s. Well, the cartoon was a lot different than the movie turned out to be. I still went to see the movie, though. Had to buy the toy cars as well. Really like this release, and I'm glad to put him in a video again. It's been a while since I put the Mach 5 Speed Racer's car in a video. Here we have the Mach 4. Those wheels are called 3-spoke wheels, just so you know. This is another cool model to add to the collection. This one's nice. I'm sure you know who this was in the movie. Yeah, he has a secret story. He's related to Speed Racer. I'm sure you guys know. It's the Mach 9. I'm kidding. It's Racer X. It's not Mach 9. Racer X's car. Yeah, he goes way back in the original cartoon as well. Here's the GRX. Boom! you've seen the movie, then you know what role he played. Really nice decorations on him. Looks close enough to the movie car as far as representing it in a toy car version. And let me tell you, he's pretty fast. We're going to see what happens. This car was kind of hard to find in the singles. This is Snake Oiler. It says Hydrocell on his body. Really, really wild car design. This car was definitely hard to find in the singles. This is Prince Kabbalah. He has an outstanding decoration on the car. It must be really hard to get the graphics on this type of car like this. He has this wild pattern all over his car, just like Snake Oiler did, all over. Every nook and cranny had some wild graphics. And last but not least, entering the competition today is Gray Ghost. This guy's pretty sleek. All these cars, by the way, work in the boosters, loops, and curves. They'll get another presentation for that. The cars were like $3 or $4 in the stores, I seem to recall. That's how much the singles cost. Up first, we have the Snake Oiler against Mach 6. Mach 6 makes the jump, and Snake Oiler somewhere had a collision. We'll hang on to Mach 6 so that he can advance. Now the Mach 5 against Gray Ghost. Wipeout, but Gray Ghost makes it to the ramp. He'll advance. Now we have the Mach 4 versus Prince Kabbalah. Mach 4 advances. And now it's Racer X against the GRX. Oh, GRX advances. Here's the final four. It's the Mach 6 versus Gray Ghost. Mach 6 is out. Gray Ghost advances. Who's going to make it to the finals? Is it Mach 4 or is it the GRX? They both make the lamp, but the GRX makes it first. That means the last two are the GRX and Gray Ghost. Oh no, the Mach 4 wasn't cleared from the track. GRX wins. That's why I love gravity tracks. You can test all your models and see which is the fastest. And you know what? The same car probably isn't going to win every time. That's what's fun about testing all your cars. And I'm sure you're going to ask, can you use this with your other track sets? Well, look, it's up off of the ground. So if you're going to have like a booster come into this, the booster is going to have to be elevated to have the car come straight out. Or you just have it as the first part to your track layout. And then it leads to other stuff. Look, it has a landing pad. Whatever you decide to do over there is up to you. You know what? This landing pad could be used with a lot of track sets, and it's nice and wide, so it gives your cars a lot of chance to land. There's a big white space for it to land. I don't remember how much the Fuji Helexicon track set was when it first came out. I'm thinking about $25. I'm not sure. Anyways, if you enjoyed the review, give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, subscribe so that RaceGrooves shows up in your YouTube subscription feed. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.